Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they'd like to play well to start this season's series. They haven't forgotten how this team knocked them out in the first round last season. Can we talk about Kawhi Leonard, guys?
Sure.
He's become one of only very few players ever to win a Defensive Player of the Year and a Finals MVP. And he just keeps on getting better, Kenny.
His ability to guard multiple positions. His length can bother point guards. His strength and size can bother power forwards. I mean, this guy does it all. He can ball hawk, and he's patient. You know, as the San Antonio Spurs are as a team, very patient and very diligent.
And he's the best perimeter defender in the league since Ron Artest.
Thanks for joining us. We're going courtside to Kevin Harlan.
At shooting guard, Gary Harris. At power forward, Tim Duncan. At the other guard position, Tony Parker. At the other forward position, LaMarcus Aldridge. At the other forward position, Kawhi Leonard. The head coach of the visiting team is the visiting team head coach. And now your Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. At small forward, standing 6'7". Number 8, Jared Allen. Standing 6'9", number 4, Julius Randle. Standing 6'5", number 1.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Los Angeles Lakers look to grab a win on the home floor. So for the Lakers, their last game a win against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Duncan. Tony Parker is out there with Harris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Aldridge in at the four-man position. Here's Harris. Rebounded by the Lakers. Left side, Bradley. Shoots it. And he hits the jumper for two. Bradley's got the first points up on the board here for Los Angeles. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. defense, the Lakers. Aldridge is screen. Parker with it. He's picked up by Russell. Just 5 on the clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Some changes here for the Lakers. Holy Stein comes in for Julius Randle. And it's D in for Jared Dudley. Parker outside. Out left to the wing. Here's Aldridge. True on the 14-footer. Aldridge has got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Now here's Brent. And the rejection by Leonard. Parker against Russell. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. This one for 3. Shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. In this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And facing a squad that poses some challenges. I mean, they beat them in the playoffs, but lost the regular season series.
And, Greg, I think this could go either way. I mean, they've had the upper hand most recently, but you play the games because you don't know how it's going to play out.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Outside Brent. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Spates checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Mills in for Parker. Now here's Leonard. He has 5. From deep, McLemore. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. McLemore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Valentine. Russell with a wide-open look, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
And they're able to recover. Shot's good by Mills.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And so, and Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game, and that keeps him going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with this. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, Kelly.
So, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
On the court for San Antonio, Boris Diaw is out there with Anderson. Then it's Mills. Then it's McLemore. And it's Spates in at center. Tony Parker's checked in for San Antonio. Russell passes to Valentine. Russell with it. 6 points for him. Now the feed to Bradley. To the wing right side. Paulie Stein kicks to Russell. Again, Russell missing. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Memphis.
How about the energy level defensively in that game? I mean, they made finding an open shot a very difficult task for their opponent.
And it wasn't just in the half court. I mean, I thought they were excellent in transition defense as well. They didn't give up any easy baskets because they always had good floor balance and got back after the miss. Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Kicks it to Cauley Stein. No good with the triple.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Inside and stolen by Whiteside. And pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. And the three ball is good. D's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Duncan, he's checked in for Spates. Aldridge comes in for Boris Diaw. Leonard, he's checked in for Anderson. And Harris subbed in for Ben McLemore. Here's Aldridge, out to Harris. Pass to Leonard. The dish to Parker. Shot from the top of the key. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Bradley against Harris. Shoots off the screen. They grab their own miss. Here's Valentine. And again, it's the Lakers for deep.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly, it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Parker's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. It's on Gary Harris. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night here. And here's Mills. Pass to Harris. And the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got his first bucket of the night.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's San Antonio. They lead by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline.
Thank you, Kep.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Well, their defense was really inconsistent. They get a stop, then turn around and give up an easy bucket. That's why they allowed over 50% shooting. Their defense needs to be a lot more focused in the second half.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Nice game. Great performance by D.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Avery Bradley is out there with Russell. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Valentine at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. He's clobbered. He'll get 3 shots at the line.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Parker outside. He feeds it to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. The 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Bradley against Parker. Clock at 4. Bradley drives in. Good D by Parker. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ben McLemore in for Harris.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Outside Bryant. "11 feet away. San Antonio with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Anderson. No good. Shumpert with some nice D.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And again, no good by the Lakers. San Antonio leading. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Parker dishes to Diaw. He kicks to McLemore. Rebound by Kobe. The Lakers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Here's Shumpert. But they'll get another chance. Leonard with the steal.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that basic basketball time management. You got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Mills, who's checked in for Parker. Here's Randall. It's hauled in by Diaz. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Spates checked in for Kyle Anderson. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good. And that's now 9 points for Avery Bradley.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And it's good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. Well, they're calling the basket good, Greg.
And that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials officials don't miss any calls. And really a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Here's Mills. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan. And it's Mills. And it's Harris in at the shooting guard. And right side sends it back. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Shot's good. 14 points for Avery Bradley.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Russell. Now Mills. He dishes it to Duncan. And he can't bank that one in. Russell passes to Bradley. Good in the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his quick assist in this one.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
And Mills kicks to Duncan. Leonard with no one around. Another miss by Leonard.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with 2 shots.
Kicks it out to Bradley. A 3-ball. Tim Duncan with the rebound.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
Yeah, I don't know. The defender responded quite cool on that position. That could have been a heck of a bucket, even though we've seen him hit those in the past.
Back you over. From 17 feet out. No good. Good work defensively by backside. Bradley with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Let's go. Shot that one, missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game.
Feeds it to Duncan. Right side pitch to Bradley. Shot clock at 5. Los Angeles needs to get off the shot here. Russell, it's money down deep.
That was massive.
No, he's stepping right into the spotlight there.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 3. 40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Spurs coach going over their game plan during that last break. He wants them to kick it up and really go for it right now, saying, no time like the present, gentlemen. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight, and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
D, who's checked in for the Lakers. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Parker, here's Aldridge. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Man, it's absolutely scary, frightening when Aldridge starts lighting it up like this.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Look at how much time they have. I think it's likely they'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
You got a 2-for-1 situation, guys. If there's an option in this scenario, I'd be interested to see what they devise.
Parker against Russell. Tries from the block.
They do have the foul to give here.
You might see them use it at some point.
Leonard against Bradley. outside the screen. Here's Russell. It's in!
And he came off that screen, and he just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 1 second left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
They can grab the win here if they knock down the shot. With under 2 seconds remaining, that's enough time to get maybe one dribble and then get it up in the air. It's obviously a make-or-break situation.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finishes, but they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Avery Bradley. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
He was their go-to guy tonight on the offensive end, as usual, and he delivered, scoring almost, get this, half of their points. As he showed us tonight, he's the player that we thought he was.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of...
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.